Hi William, how you doing mate? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, sorry about that, it's just a phone. Well, that's good to hear, William. Just thought I'd fire up the stream, haven't done one for a long while on YouTube. Yep, good, thanks William. Thanks for asking. The country's in a bit of a mess at the moment. Yeah, I'm on Twitch as well. I'm over on Twitch. But I decided to keep my YouTube channel because I've got a lot of great people on here. I see there's a bit of a problem now with the music situation over on Twitch. Everybody said that's what happened. Hi Graham, how you doing buddy? Good to see ya. How's life treating you mate there? Hello, is it Scorpion Gaming? Good to see you sir, hope you're doing well. Thanks very much for stopping by, appreciate it. Appreciate all your support, thank you. Yeah, music thing on Twitch here, William. People playing certain songs what are non-copyrighted, and they go through your channel, and I think if you've got 3 or 4 videos or something, they take your channel down. I know you're going to get if you do DJing and that on Twitch. There's a lot of people do DJing. You're great to see you. Oh, I'm good. We just got down to lockdown. What, you've only just got the lockdown, have you, Grim? We just went down to lockdown. Ah, yeah, we're still on part lockdown in the UK. That's going to put a real big dent in the economy, put it that way. I don't know when that's all going to end really, and then we've got all these riots as well. Because what happened in America, that poor guy dying. Guy nailed on his neck. Just a real horrible situation at the moment. And I don't think it's going to end very soon either. Hey Noel, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're keeping safe wherever you are there, mate. Nice, good to hear you're doing well. I better get a trailer from somewhere. This tractor could do a bit of a wash, really. Oh, yeah, I've got to remember I'm not in the UK as well on this map. Well, it's cold now as well, is it? Yeah, it ain't been too good today. We ain't had a lot of sunshine today, really. Been quite cold. We finally had some rain. That'll help the old farmers' crops, because the fields are so dry over our way. We had a wet winter, so the crops couldn't get planted on the farms. And then we have a dry springtime to put all the sugar beets and that in, and the crops, and then because it turned dry and a lot of it didn't come up with sugar beet and stuff because there's no moisture in the ground, in the soil. Some people have been using irrigation systems. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the DLC. I don't know if anybody else is looking forward to it. We have admittedly got a lot of grass equipment in the game, but I think that's good what we have got. I think we're definitely seeing some real cool stuff in that in FS19. Like, I thought we'd never see the straw add-on mod, and we got that. And then we got the straw add-on, the fuel station where you can sell the wood chips. We're getting quite a bit more John Deere stuff in the game now. But the trouble is with the John Deere stuff, that's high on the slot count. I don't know if anybody else is finding that, that's the trouble. I don't normally have much machinery on my farm. You don't really do it unless, you know, you don't really need it unless you do a multiplier, to be honest. Oh, your railway vehicles. Looking forward to Sandy Bay on console. Especially if he's going to put the hedge cutting and stuff in. Well, I just got to roll what's that there a minute. Sorry, but that's better. Just said to her. Oh, what's happened on my settings? Oh no, it's called the Baltic Sea. I quite like this map. I liked it on FS19 as well. Yep, he's doing well, Grim. He's doing well. He sometimes stay up till he wake back up and, well, he don't really get to sleep. He ain't been got to sleep till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He can't sleep. That's to do with all this school stuff. He's off school at the moment. He's been off school. Well, he's off school 2 weeks before they actually done lockdown and closed the schools in the UK because he suffered with asthma pretty bad, so he's been off school sort of 2 weeks before everybody else. So, and how long have we been in lockdown now? Is that 12 weeks in the UK? And they're only now starting to ease it. 3 months. Yep, 3 months in lockdown. But the thing is now, you know, I have in particular, my family members have, we've got so used to the 2 metres distance and now, the social distance and that, when we go out, you know, you don't sort of forget now, you think to yourself 2 metres. And that's just the safe way it's got to be for a while, but there's just some people, you know, unless one of their family actually died from COVID-19, so they realise what all the fuss was about. I know we've only got, what's the population of the UK? 65 million? And how many people have died now from COVID-19? 40,000. I know it's only a small majority of people. You know what I mean? But that is someone's family member at the end of the day. That's a loved one. You know, it don't matter if they're 30, 40, 50, 100. That is still a family member. As far as I'm concerned. Someone you love. But anyway, enough about COVID-19, the virus. Let's be positive. We're all still breathing. Let's hope it keep that way. We all stay safe. Yeah, exactly, Grim. Yeah, been around a long while. They done the lockdown in March, but they reckon it had been around since about November, December time. Hello Joshua, good to see you. Hope you're keeping safe and well. They should unload in this trailer. Ah, see, I've never had problems with it before. It's 100% fertilised, but it ain't coming off that well, yielding very well. Mind you, this combine they've got a, what is it, 18,000 litre tank. Hi, late, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I watched your video. I meant to put a comment on there with the new tractors. I did watch it, the 2020 Case Magnum and the John Deere. They look awesome. I liked how you used the seeders and that, and power harrow. Well done, mate. I enjoyed that. I hope they come to farm soon. Some 2020. They probably went to the next one now. The next game. They looked awesome, they did. Yep, we're all good. We're all good there, late. Considering what's going on in the world, in the country, the riots. How were they social distancing? See it on the news last night. Then you got the police and just let them get on with it because of the social distance and stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the DLC. The Caverland, isn't it? Caverland. County, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'll fill this trailer up because the high-sided one it might. They're a bit weird with the trailers. I'll have to be a long way out for this boat on this harvester. Yeah, that is pricey, late. I'd agree here. Who's that there? There's someone else spoke in the chat. Sorry, apologies. Oh, Stephen, how you doing? Yep, I'm all good, thanks, Stephen. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm just so pleased I got the I'm so pleased I got the season pass late. I was pleased about that. Yep, I'm not too bad, thanks, Stephen. Yep, good to hear you're not too bad yourself. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm pleased Sid Modding brought some stuff to the game. Yeah, I'm pleased. I think that's Sid. Some people call him Sid, or... But I'm pleased we got that harvester, but... The way that intake, you know, the way that auger bounced up and down when that's working, I've never... As you know, I drive harvesters myself, I've never seen it that as bad as that, really. But fair play to him, I'm getting some stuff in the game now. That's awesome, because he do some great stuff. Yeah, Sydney. He do some great stuff, he do. I think he's bringing a Case Magnum over, and that John Deere. That John Deere on tracks front and rear, that tractor. But I didn't realise when you put the when I done a mod review on it, I didn't realise you could put the when you put the spout in and out, you've got a light inside the cab. I didn't realise that until I watched Mr. CDP. I love his content, Mr. CDP. I think that's going to hit that roof. No, not quite. Oh yeah, cool, that'd be awesome. What, get a mural? Yeah, it was last night, a great laugh there, Stephen. I like this fence, I think that's a 724. I don't think I'll get out that way somehow with this trailer. I love these Bailey trailers. Well, I call them the trailers with no name. They're lizard branded, but they ain't got lizard on them. Which isn't a bad thing. I don't matter if they're not, you know, branded really. It's just the same except without the name brand on. But I see we're getting one or two names. Because one or two people were surprised when I said, is it the Keenan? Do they call it Keenan? I love them feeder wagons in FS17. They're actually going to see if I can get permission from Giants to bring them to console as a Keenan. I think that's what you pronounce them. So that'll be cool. I know they're coming to console, but I ain't quite sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, like, why can't we have, like, Stewart trailers, Bailey trailers? That's why I still love going back to 17, to be honest. So I still like going back there, West Coast, Sandy Bay, and, what's the other one? I've now got the Valley, the old farm. I've been playing quite a bit of that. I do like that map. I think if I was to be honest, I think the 17 version was better. The grass textures in 17 were so good. You had daisies, you had buttercups, you had flowers. Because I was looking on the what's that other map? What come out? That's one of the originals of 17. Goldcrest Valley. Me and Charlie were talking about it, the Goldcrest Valley map. The grass is nowhere near as good. Like around the borders and the fields and stuff. I'm sure whoever's doing the... Yeah, I heard that as well, like we could get Kane. But it's awesome when you have all these different brands coming, because that must be good for the game to get it on, over on console as well. But I think is it Caverland and Vicon. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're British companies, I ain't quite sure. Because I remember when I was on the farm, I used to use the old Vicon Vary spreader. That little tiny sort of yellowy colour off yellow colour tank with the isolating spout on the back. Yeah, but I'm sure they're. Someone said they're British companies, UK. Yeah, I totally agree, Airly. The modders have made this game what it is. I certainly wouldn't play it very much. I don't think of it as just base game stuff. But like I was saying in the chat earlier, like before you joined the chat, we're getting some amazing stuff, even on console. You know, like I never thought we'd get the straw add-on mod, for example. Well, I never thought we'd get that, the straw add-on, and then the heating plant went over to PC. You got that code thing, I think, didn't you, off the packaging on the wood chips. And we're sort of thinking on console now we won't get there. We won't get that where you have that to sell as a heat and sell point for money, and then we got it a few weeks later. And then we also got the Easter eggs after when Easter had well finished. Exactly, Elite, exactly. But what I like is, I do like you say, there's modders. Just don't get on the modders' backs. If things are going to come to console, they're going to come to console. You know? Because that's a shame, really. There's a lot of modders. Luckily, we've got some new ones coming along. Because a lot of modders actually give up the game completely making mods. They're just generally just fed up with it all. which is a shame. But like I say, it's nice to see. It's nice to see like the likes of Sid modding, and even though custom modding, they done mostly PC stuff. Because of that, is it the poly count or something? Like sometimes they're a bit too detailed to come to console. The machinery. But I do like that. I like that John Deere what Sid brought over. The only thing was that didn't have a header pack. That didn't have a header pack to it. That was my only gripe. But I see now that today, I think there's a 30-foot header dropped and a 35-foot header pack on console. Oh, you don't forget 4D. Oh, he's awesome. He is absolutely awesome. I get on well with that guy on his Facebook page. He is amazing what he do. I see he's bringing the baler over as well to console, that baler. I think that is that. No, New Holland, I think that is, isn't it? Red and yellow. And he's actually got permission to put the string. He's actually got permission so you can use the string reels from the straw harvest add-on. Is it Creative Mesher giving permission to convert it? Yep, we got the John Deere headers. I ain't had a chance to look at them yet, late. They look good. I think there's a 30-foot one and a 35, which shall be ideal for Sid Modding's harvester. That'll be brilliant. Yeah, we're getting a bit more. We didn't really get much John Deere stuff, did we? To start off with in game. You know, considering, you know, John Deere on the front of the game cover and... Oh, that's cool, late. Yeah, everybody elite now anyway. What my favourite thing was in FS19, the class DLC. But my wife was saying about that the other night. She said you don't use the class machinery very often. So hence these fields are quite big on this map, believe it or not. So I said to my wife I'll use it to do some contracts now on this map. But I stopped using it because when I was live streaming, people sort of got fed up with... Oh, they said you got class. People got a bit fed up with it. So, because I had like class mail, not, you know, the class mailers and combines, tractors, the tractor with rear tracks, and... But now I tend to go back more. I moaned when John Deere came to the game because I didn't really want John Deere. I wanted class instead. But then I have actually turned more to John Deere's now on me farms. I like the John Deere S range. Is it the 6-700s, the harvesters? I like them. Especially if you're doing a map like Lone Oak or something like that. I like that one with a 22... Is it 22,000 litre grain tank? So I've started to like looking at the John Deere stuff more. I also like the 9R on, I think, is it called the 9R on tracks? That one what come with the seed and DLC. The Borgolt, or whatever the name of it is. Mind you, I don't use it much. So much stuff to contaminate on my server. Yeah, I'd like to see, that's what I'd have liked to see, and I'd have liked to see some smaller. I'd like to see some smaller, you know, the Lexi and Lexan range. Come to console. I know we've got the, is it Tucano? That's a nice combine. Then we've got my favourite, the Dominator, what I used to drive in reality. The 108, mind you, it was a bit smaller than the 108. Mine was a 118 SL. But everything in principle is the same. The tank, where the air filter is, and everything. How the back and that dropped down to put it in straw mode. So I think with them old combines you've done everything by hand, everything manually. Now everything's just touch of a button stuff now. Yeah, I tend to go for more medium tractors now. But late really, to be honest. I tend to go for more, rather than just keep going for big sort of 400 horsepower tractors. Yeah, if anybody ain't checked the Late's channel, go and check him out. A Late Farman, good friend of mine. He put out some awesome stuff, do some good live streams. It's like one of his latest videos of the new John Deere 2020 range, 2020 range, and I think that's the Case Magnum, a late one. They've altered the front and that on them. Great video review it was, so check him out over there. Also Gav 8080, he put out some good stuff, check him out, good friend of the channel. He also do some fantastic mod reviewers. He give a real good honest opinion, that's what I like. And the same with a Late, he put out some good content, and you know, that's what I like, people who you know, give an honest opinion or something. Yeah, I think they'll eventually come to console. Late, we just have to be patient. I think they'll eventually come over. Someone will bring them over if they get, you know, if they get permission from Giants. That'll build up the Giants, of course, whether they come or not. But I can't see no reason. Like you said, I could see Sid Modding bringing something like that over. I don't know about custom modding. I think custom modding, correct me if I'm wrong, all John Deere. Well, they're mostly John Deere. What's that big farmer's name? Is it Millennial Farmer? I'm looking forward to his map. I love watching his real life videos. I also like watching the Welker Farm ones as well on YouTube. All them cameras that he's got on the grain bins. A Millennial Farmer, it's awesome, all that. Yeah, I think that'll be late next year. I think it will be. I think you're right there, Lee. I think it will be. People are saying, oh, it won't come out now in 20, but that will. I think the main reason it'll come out for 20, that'll come out in late 2021, is because they always bring like a phone version out, and they always bring them out on the even years, and the farm sim for PC, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation, they always bring them out on odd numbered years, you know. So I definitely think we'll definitely see the game in FS, you know, in 21, but that will be, like you're saying, Elite, I think that'll be November time. Because if you remember, I think 17 come out in October, that come out, and I think FS19 come out in November. They brought it out a month later. They altered the date. But it's always weird how they work them, because they always bring them out. What I remember, they always bring them out the year before they're actually meant to come out. So, like, in theory, FS21 should have come out this year, October, November this year, but we all know that's not going to happen because the consoles. That's the main reason. I think consoles are coming out November, December, but they reckon there's not going to be many of them made due to the coronavirus and getting the parts. They've got it all set up how they want to make it, obviously, and develop it, but that's just going to be getting the parts they're talking about to make these consoles for the high demand. Obviously, it's going to be a high demand. And also, they were quoting prices of around £800, £600 to £800 for a PS5. But I was watching this guy who I follow on YouTube, and he was saying, this tech guy, he was saying that Xbox are going to sell their new console for around £400 English money. Okay? So he is saying that PlayStation, my PS4 Pro, what I'm playing on at the moment, costs £350. They're saying that you'll be able to get a PS5 for under £400 if that is the case. Because he reckons that's a brilliant thing that there's competition between Microsoft and Sony. Because this is only good for console players like myself, where there's always a battle of the giants sort of thing. Obviously, to sell the consoles, what's one of the first things you do? Get the pricing right. And he was saying that, you know, Xbox has sort of put a £400 figure, English money, on their machine. So it's only going to be good for the consoles. Yeah, because someone was saying, someone who play on this big YouTuber I was talking to, he reckoned that you could probably, in all honesty, get a PC good enough to play Farm Sim for around £500. He's not saying that's going to be the best specs, but he reckon that's going to be decent if you build your own. Yeah, exactly, Elite. Yeah, he said for about £500 if you build your own. But everybody say you're best to build your own rather than buy a pre-built one. Because you always want a PC where you can upgrade it. But you can do a lot of stuff admittedly over on PC, because I was watching someone's live stream and they pumped a video what they put up, and you can pump a bale at the back. Like on console, if you've got half a bale made, you have to leave it in the baler. But on PC you can create another bale. You can definitely do some good stuff, that's for sure. And you ain't got to have like 75-foot headers and go 100 mile an hour. You know? Yeah, exactly, if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, that could be a disaster. But I was talking to one or two people and they said no ain't the right time to build a PC at the moment, because number one, that's a job getting the parts. Number two, they're going to charge you a lot more than what they normally would. You know, due to this coronavirus thing. So a lot of people's advice is to wait until this is, well, that'll never all be over, let's face it. We're going to have to self-distance. That's what the wife was saying. Yeah, right, we're going to have to self-distance now, well, for probably ever. Because they're on about the virus coming back in the winter time. Even worse, so fingers crossed that don't happen. But like I said, I'd have plenty of time to, because I'm friendly with a guy on PC, and he built his own, and he really know what he's talking about and stuff. And the trouble is he live in Wales, I think, but he had built PCs for people, sent them over. But well, like you said to me the other evening, there's no hurry. Because 21 ain't going to come out for another, what, year and a half? Year and 3 months, something like that. So, there's no hurry to jump in. Oh, not too bad, yeah, on Amazon. Yeah, I suppose it all depends where you've got to be careful where you look, I suppose, that's true. Make sure you have a good look round on different sites to get the... Yeah, and I wouldn't know where to start with a PC. I know you got motherboards and you got your keyboard, keypad, and... That shade on the side though, I can't see very well the crop at the front there. I'm going to get the baler on in a minute. I'm just going to finish this piece of corn off. I've got 2 fields I want to bale up. Oh, yes, a good idea. Well, someone told me that. They got a good one. Refurbished. Where's that trailer? I'll bring it down here, I think. Remember, I've got to be on this side of the road. Another thing I'm not keen on is all these weeds that are on the side of the road. You can put the creative mode in and get rid of them if you own the land. That's what I've done on a lot of my maps, took them out. Yeah, I've been working all the way through, well, late. Because I work outside, sole trader on my own. Yeah, 90% of my jobs are fine. That's just some people are locked in and they're self-isolating, about 10%. But, you know, I don't hold it against them. I respect their wishes. You know, they want me to leave it for a few months, which is fair enough. I'd rather they're honest with me, and because I see a lot of old people, you see, work for a lot of old people, so you have to be careful. When that was really at the peak, I had, what, 3 weeks off? Just done the odd jobs. Because I just felt selfish, to be honest. I just felt selfish going out there. When everybody was on complete lockdown, and I didn't really want people saying, you know, greedy, he's greedy, what's he doing out? So I had a bit of a... while that was at the peak. Also, I have to be careful because my son and wife suffer bad from asthma, and my wife take a drug, one of the drugs, so she's not allowed to really go outside too much or in busy areas. So I have to be a little bit careful myself, which does worry me because I don't want to bring anything home back to the family. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to earn a living. The bills now got to be paid. My rent has got to be paid. And I also enjoy working outside. Yeah, you just worry. Do you know what I mean? You just worry. I know you got to sort of keep going when you're self-employed, but because the trouble is you can get a bit of a bad reputation of some people, which is fair enough. I know a lot of people, you know, they respected what I've done, and yeah, so thank you very much for being so considerate. And I've been ringing a lot of customers as well. You know, tell them what day I'll be round and stuff. Yeah, that's the trouble, Elite. That's the trouble. That's on the early morning news this morning, that some of the people on furlough, who have been furloughed, they've been seen at the beaches drinking beer and like putting it on their friends' social media, the ones that work at the same company. I know one guy, he worked on a construction site, you know, and he's out there sweating away in the heat, drilling holes through concrete blocks and stuff, and then some of his mates are at home saying we're on furlough, and then you get a lot of people, you know, which is understandable. I was like one or two key workers I talked to who work at the hospital and stuff. They said that's alright every Thursday night when everybody is clapping and got the wooden spoon and saucepans out, but when they're done a 12-hour shift and they go home, and a lot of the people are at home where they live furloughed, you know. Well, my wife's cousin, she drive a ambulance, and she appreciate what they do when they do the Thursday night thing, but like she say, sometimes she's sleeping because she's just come home, you know, for a night shift, or gonna go and do a night, that sort of thing with her sleep pattern a bit on the cul-de-sac where she live. She's a paramedic, she drives an ambulance as well. But where would we be about the National Health Service? They've really proved themselves, in my opinion. I can't thank them enough for National Health Service. They've had the toughest job ever without the PPE stuff what they have to wear and that. I was also talking to a friend of mine. She's a carer, what go around people's homes. She worked for a company. She go around about 25 homes a day doing home care, and she was saying the amount of stuff in this hot weather you have to wear. Gloves, plastic face mask, possibly a mask underneath that as well, one for your eyes. And she started about 7 in the morning, bless her, and finished about 11 o'clock in the evenings, and work weekends and stuff. So there's amazing people out there. There really is. That's not just the NHS staff either for me. That's the people at the supermarkets, on the checkouts. The people at the local, the fuel petrol stations. Do you know what I mean? Everybody is playing their part. They're all key workers. Even the delivery drivers, like for Tesco's and Asda, and you know, the list is endless of the people what work for Amazon and these parcel companies. All them parcels not have to be man-handled. The postman, post ladies. I've got a cousin who's a post lady, postwoman. And people have been so kind. They left flowers on the doorstep for her. They put little notes in the window on the front door. Thank you for what you're doing. She said the support's been amazing. And like she say, just a message on someone's front door, thanks for all you're doing, you know, with your name and stuff, like she say, that mean a lot. I just think possibly we should have we should have shut the country down a week before we did, really. Should have locked it down. But it is what it is. Well, I'm going to get the baler on in a moment. Let's just get this. I normally play with seasons on, but I decided not to put the seasons mod on because you're a bit restricted to what you can do. And the contracts don't pay very well, that's for sure. Yep, exactly, Elite. They have done a fantastic job. That's like our owner at our local football club. He's put most of the staff on furlough pay. He's worth 800 million. They reckon he's lost 30 million to do because of the coronavirus. But what's 30 million to a man what's worth over 800? That's just like a little drop in the ocean, in my opinion. I try a lot more people have lost a lot more than 30 million. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Going to be a lot more to come as well when because they're going to pay the furlough is up till October, but they're bringing a new rule in July that the actual company have got to pay more to foot the bill, and like I say, a lot of them will lay people off. Yeah, no problem, mate. Thanks for staying by here, mate, doing the moderating. Appreciate that, buddy. Having you in chat, always a pleasure to see you. Keep them good videos uploaded, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah, hello RK Farman, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're staying safe and well. Yeah, thanks Elite. I'll try to, buddy. And you, all the best, mate, to you and the family. Stay safe. I'll get the baler going in a minute. I'll just get this corn harvested. Yep, how's everybody doing anyway in chat? Good to see you. How you enjoying Farm Sim? What's your favourite map so far? In the game. Is there anything you'd like to see come to the game? Yep, I'm doing well there. Okay, farming. Thanks for asking. You have to clear that little piece up in a minute. It's turning dark on the map. I might have to have a Yep, that is a good map. I totally agree with you. Yeah, that's probably my favourite, to be honest. I love all the different shaped fields and the great detail he's put in the map. I think he's hoping to bring some more maps out apparently, which will be great. That'd be great if he did do that, bring some more maps out. Yep, I totally agree with you there. Okay, I agree with you. I play on console, so I'm looking forward to Sandy Bay. And also we're going to have hedge cutting. I think Oxygen David put a hedge cutter in testing today for PC. I don't know if that passed or failed. Right, we can put the baler on. Yeah, hedge cutting do look fun on Sandy Bay, I totally agree. I'm hoping this will all go in the trailer, probably won't. That'd be good if it did. Oh, that's good. I can tip this at the farm and then I'll have a sleep at the house and then we'll put the baler on. I wish we had reflective beacons on console. I can't see why we can't, to be honest. Yep, I think hedge cutting will be brilliant. I think I might be able to get the fields baled before it turns completely dark. There are only straw bales I've got to do. Right, I'll leave that trailer here for now. I'm gonna go and get the baler. Excuse me, I'll just find me drink. That's better. Right, let's go and get this baler. I think I better get it baled before it turns dark. I think the trailer should be able to pull this. The tractor should be able to pull the baler, hopefully. I've got to be quick because I think the store closes. The store closes at 8. That's nearly 8 o'clock. So I just about got me baler. I'm hoping that's gonna... Right, we've got it. Yeah, my favourite make a tractor, I would say Class as my favourite brand of tractor. I'm also a big fan of Fendt tractors because I used to drive them in reality. A Fendt 939, 930 and an 820 range model. So I'm quite familiar. I'm more familiar with Fendt really than anything else. I've driven an old John Deere in reality, a 3350. You know the 40 series, what come to the games where the doors meet in the middle? I've driven a 3350 of them in reality for a farmer several years back now. I'm looking forward to the Black Sheep modding. The 40 series coming to the game. Hopefully they won't be long. Get these baled up. Old timer Dave, how you doing? Good to see ya. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Hope you're keeping safe and well. I bet I'm using the big baler. Yep, we're doing well, thanks, Dave. Yep, thanks for asking, buddy. Yeah, I think I'm doing the real big bales here. Are they 6,000 litres? I think I'm just gonna... I'm going to teleport to the... I'm going to teleport to the house, I think. I should be able to see what I'm doing, hopefully. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I think I'm doing the big bales, but it don't matter. I'll still be able to make use of them. I do like the stubble textures now on this map. I'll have to use smaller bales for the hay, obviously, because I've got to get me total mixed rations correct for that when I get some coas. Watch that bale. I love doing the grass work, doing bales and mowing the grass, doing the tethering and windrowing. A lot of time I'm looking forward to the new DLC coming out. I think I should get rid of a lot of my mowing equipment off a mod hub. To make room for the DLC. I'll go to this one I think next. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that new baler in the DLC. Is it called the fast baler or something? Fast bale? I think it actually keeps wrapping the bale. You don't have to stop. Which will be a cool feature. I normally do wrap the bales using a baler with a wrapper because the time it takes you to actually bale them and then wrap them separately, I think it'll take you longer in that, you know, in the long run. Sort the bales out. That's lovely. I've done a bit of baling, small bales in real life farming, but I'd like to use a big baler. Ain't much dust coming off a baler. We've got one more row on this field to do. Right, I've got to remember. Pump the bales off. We've got another field there with straw on, but we don't own that one. Right, we'll make it to our next field. Get that all baled up. That's a bit of a hilly field, this one, so I don't know how the tractor is gonna get on horsepower wise. We'll see. At times I forget to open the back. That's good, I pull it okay at the hill. What's that pile? They always go where you don't want them to go. Yeah, I never thought we'd get like these big type Heston balers in the game, but I think these are 6,000 litre ones, these ones. The normal in-game ones are 4,000. I think in the next live stream we'll do a few contracts, and we'll also get some hay made. We'll get some hay made so they can for the animals. Need some hay and some silage bales. I might start off with a few chickens because they're more easy to look after. Then possibly sheep because they only really need water and hay. I think pigs make good money when you sell them. I think we'll pick most of it up. I'll have a drive round in a minute just to make sure. I'd like to pick it all up. I'm surprised really how this tractor is pulling a baler. We've got a few bales on here. Must have got a dozen or more bales. Right, there you go. I don't know. Turn the baler off. Anyway everybody, that's where we're going to end tonight's live stream. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. And like I say, hopefully in the next one, hopefully I'll do another live stream this week. And we'll do a bit of hay baling. Might make up some silage bales. Perhaps 1 or 2 contracts. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. All I'd like to say is to stay safe and well. And if you haven't already give it a like, give it a like. If you haven't already subbed to the channel, be much appreciated. So I should say thank you and bye for now.